Very good morning, everyone. So, let's tap ahead, a bit ahead. We take a 2-day break over here, and after 2 days, we are back again. And now we are going to start some new topic, which is again related to the swars. From the swars, we need to first understand the process of the recycling energy, because it is the recycling process of energy which keeps us alive. Okay, and before understanding the recycling process, first we also need to understand what is that which is giving us energy, how we are into this world. Because I want to start Panchanga, but in order to start Panchanga and explain you the theory of days, tithis, karma, yoga and nakshatra, first we need to understand why this Panchanga is made. In order to understand why this Panchanga is made, we are going to understand how the solar cycle, the solar energy and lunar energy in the body is recycled. In order to understand how that solar energy and lunar energy is recycled, we first need to know the formation of yourself. How is the energy initially formed in your body? And before that, we needed to know the characteristics of energy. Okay, so that is why we understand this swars of Sanskrit. Because see, this is what is giving characteristics of energies which are inside you. Okay, just like we understood that the sun consists of 12 vowels and 4 different swars. Okay, so why this sun? Because see, all these swars create energy. Okay, so it is the job of sun of creation. Then we understood consonants, which are divided into 5 parts: fire, water, earth, sky and air, which are governed by specific planets. So the planetary energies are also specifically divided into 5 parts. Okay, and these specific divisions of energy are combined in your body in order for efficient working. Okay, and next we understand Rahu and Ketu, which is nothing else but which are providing us a potential difference between which the energy is flowing. That is why we see the legs of Rahu are behind and the head of Rahu is in front. Because only when the two nodes are moving in the opposite direction, there will be maximum current inside you. So if two nodes are like this, okay, coming forward, okay, then the voltage is decreasing and you are dying. In order to sustain, the potential difference should increase, and in order for the increase of potential difference, the opposite two nodes must be going in different directions. Okay, that is why the magnetic north pole going to the north side, magnetic south pole going to the south side, and both nodes are pulling in the opposite sides. That is the reason why the electric current moves in between. That is the soul. So we understood that Rahu and Ketu. Then we knew that there are also 3 more sources which are related to something else, which is feedback mechanism or transmigration. Now we would understand it, but we'll still understand it further. In today's session, we are just understanding the characteristics of your birth and soul. See, there are many different viewpoints. Some people say you came from Jupiter, some people say you came from Saturn. Okay, the soul is traveling from Saturn, the soul came while traveling from Jupiter. Some say it is coming from Sun and it is going towards Saturn. Okay, but I'll basically give some different viewpoint over here, which basically explains everything which is related to creation. Okay, so let's start it and we'll get the eyes on the boards. Okay, I hope everyone can see this. Yes. So basically when we start basics, okay, so there is a energy of creation. Okay, so let's understand planets. Okay, Sun, Mercury, Venus. Okay, after Venus, over here comes Rahu, Ketu. Over here is our Earth. Okay. Then comes Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. Okay. So this is the system. And now if we connect it with our Sanskrit divisions, okay. So this is where the basic energy or the creation is coming from. That is sun. Okay. So this is the creator. Okay. And over here there is moon, which reflects. Okay. Which reflects the light. So in order of sustenance of a human being, you need two types of light. The light of the conscious brain, the light of the subconscious brain. Okay. So this is the conscious brain. Okay, and this is the subconscious brain. Why do we say that subconscious brain is smaller but works 10,000 times faster than the conscious brain? Why is that very much important? And how is it? Because see, over here moon might be very small. Moon is very small. Sun is very big. But moon is nearest to the earth. That is why moon is something that is going to affect you 10,000 times more than the how sun is going to affect you. Okay. That is why the subconscious mind works 10,000 times stronger than the conscious mind. No matter conscious mind is a big mind, subconscious mind is a small mind. But still the energy of subconscious mind is working in a higher amount because the moon is very near to earth. Moon which controls your subconscious mind. Okay. So in order for a human to sustain over here, okay, in order for a human to sustain over here, this is a human, okay. The human should get two types of energy. One directly from the sun. Okay. Another, the moon takes from the sun and then moon gives it to you. Okay. So the two basic energy a human should get is the sun's natural energy and the sun's energy with the mixture of the moon's energy. Okay. So what is the first requirement? The first requirement is sun's energy. Okay. So the first requirement is sun's energy. Sun's energy is the first requirement. Okay, we'll write over here so that we can continue. So the number one requirement is sun. Okay. Number two requirement is moon. Okay. Now what do you need? After there is a lot of energy inside you. Okay. And we also understood that what does different planets mean inside your body? What are the systems? Okay, how it is arranged. For example, this sun is giving us radiation. From this radiation, and the melatonin in the body, we are creating vitamin D. Vitamin D is very good for our bone health. That is why the sun is indirectly, what we say, giving us nutrition for our skeletal system. Sun is the indirect source of our skeletal system. Okay, so sun made our skeletal system. After that, moon is our subconscious mind. Moon made our subconscious mind. A subconscious mind is very much important with the conscious mind. Okay, otherwise how would you sustain when you are sleeping? Okay, this is the energy which is required for you to stay awake. This is the energy which is required you to sleep. That is why we sleep at night and work in the morning. Okay, many people ask that thing, why do we sleep at night? Why can't we work at night? Okay, you can work at night. Okay, everything depends on the position of a moon. If your moon is not good, if your moon is good and if your sun is not good, you would have more subconscious energy and your energy interaction would be more or greater in the night. Okay, so then you can be work at night also. Okay, that is why we are still differentiated people into Devgans, Manushagans and Rakshasgans. Okay, but that is still ahead. We need to study more about it. So first we get energy from the sun, the first thing. Second, we get the energy from the moon. Moon reflects the energy of the sun, makes it cooler. Okay. Now what do we need? So after that, we need muscles. You need the energy of Mars. Now, people will argue, why not Mercury? Why not Venus? And why Mars? Okay. See again, there is a system of current inside the body. Okay. Let's see, do you know how aurora is formed? Aurora. Aurora is formed when the sun's radiation is given out. Then we have this electromagnetic field, okay, of the earth. Okay. Now sun is giving out warm spots. Okay, hot spots are radiated out. And when those spots incline with this magnetic field, okay, what happens? There is a light which is produced, and this field will stop it over here, and from this field it will again go out over here. Okay, and over here on this node and on this node you will see greenish blue light. Okay, that greenish blue light is called aurora. Okay. So see, you are getting energy from the sun like this, in this direction. Okay, now in order to sustain, the moon is helping you to circulate that energy inside the body. Okay, the moon over here is taking the sun's energy and helping you to circulate. Okay, moon is helping you to circulate. But in order for equal potential difference on the opposite side, okay, you need energy, you need the exit of energy. Okay, because only when you exit the energy, new energy is going to come. Okay, so on the opposite side, you need someone who is pulling your energies. Okay. Now, just because it is pulling energies, it is warm, it is hot. Okay. The work of that planet is to pull energies. Okay. The work of that planet is to empty you. Okay. Only if when the Mars empties your energy, new energy of Sun can come into you. That is why Sun and Mars are friends. Because sun can give you next or new energies only when the old energies are given out of the body. Okay. So why Mars is needed over here? Because once you are getting energy, okay, now if you want to continuously circulate your energy, you need an exit of the energy. In order to exit your energy, there needs to be someone, okay, who is pulling your energy. That is why see over here, when sun is radiating, okay, after sun which is radiating, okay, then it is fire. Okay, the first thing is fire. Why fire? Because the radiation of sun is giving out energies. Now that energy, in order to utilize the energy of sun, you need fire. Okay, so fire is the utility for the body. Okay, consider this sun as a spark. Okay, the sun is spark. Okay, and this fire is giving you energy. That is why see over here we wrote Mars is given spontaneity and movement. Okay, that is why because of the Martian energy you are getting spontaneity and movement. Because when can you be spontaneous? When there is movement, when there is equal amount of intake and exhale. Okay, so in order to exhale the old energies, there should be someone out there who is taking the old energies. Okay, so this is the cycle of sustenance. Okay, the sun is giving you the energy directly in the morning, and the moon is helping you to circulate that energy at night. Okay, now after the day is complete, the next day you again need to take the energy, but for that you need to empty that old energy. Okay, how would you empty energy? Okay, technically speaking, how would you empty energy? How would you empty? Consider an example of coal. Consider an example of any type of combustion. You take a material, okay, like suppose it's a wood. Okay, how would you empty the energy of wood? You would burn it. You would burn it, and it will be converted into ashes. And now, just because the energy is radiated, the wood has turned into ashes. Okay, but the old energy has completely drifted outside. Okay. So over here, what is Mars doing? Mars is doing the same thing. It is burning the old energy of the sun. Okay, in form of heat. Okay, in the form of heat. We in science we call it irradiation. Irradiation, not radiation but irradiation. Okay, so it is helping you to burn the energy so that the next time, the next day you can consume more energy. Okay, so you definitely need an exit point. It is like anus. Okay, you are eating the food, but if you don't have anus, okay, you are not giving out the stool, then how long would you take food? Okay, you need an exit of your digestive system also, so that you can enter new food. Okay, so when you have digested the food, when you have digested the energies, okay, you need to exit those energies. And the simple notion from which the human body is exiting energies is from its thermal interface. Okay, the heat of the body. How else would you release the energies? How else would you release the energies? There is no way. Okay, that is why the body is continuously radiating thermal energy. Okay, you see the thermal cameras, you see the thermal outline of the body. What is the thermal outline? It is the continuous radiation of energies. Okay, and who is creating this radiation? It is the Mars. So the Mars is responsible for your thermal radiation. And just because you are radiating your energies thermally outside every time, that is why the next day you can take the energies from the sun and the moon. So the sun and moon can provide you energies only if there is a good thermal radiation. That is why Martian people, the people with ascendant Lord Mars, they have very hot bodies. Okay, they are radiating continuously. So the third thing we need is thermal radiation, which is given by Mars. Okay. Got my point? So the first thing was two types of energies. The first thing was the energy of sun. The second thing was the energy of moon. The third thing was the utility of the energy of sun and moon, which is given by Mars. Because if Mars cannot exit the energies of sun and moon, these will fail to give you energies again. Okay. So the next thing which was important is Mars, because Mars is pulling the energy. Over here you are giving energy outside from Mars. Okay. That's why Mars is fire. Got it? Sun gave the energy directly, sun gave the energy indirectly. And the moon helped you in recycling of energies. Okay, so here is moon. We can do the moon like this. Okay, so the moon has recycled your energies. Okay, so the moon has recycled your energies. And after recycling your energies, the energies of both the sun and moon both is taken by Mars and irradiated so that new energies can come, and this cycle shall go on. Okay, so the third important thing comes Mars. Mars is also the muscular system and the blood and also the heart, because the main reason of your thermal system working correctly is your heartbeats. Okay, that is why when you have blood pressure problems, that is why when you have the problems related to muscles, okay, there is a tendency of changing in your body heat. You get sweaty when there is a blood pressure evocation. Okay, when the blood pressure drops, you feel cold. Okay, so that is why the main reason of the thermal energy is your heart, the pumping of your heart. If your pumping of your heart is synchronized, the thermal energy of your body is completely going to be fine. Okay, so the third thing you need is Mars. That is why Mars is radiating energy. Okay, so what next? What next we need? So this was the sustenance of the body. Now what next we need is something that will help us to understand. Okay, why is that so? Consider this conductor. Okay, first let's also see over here. Okay, we were right over here, Mars, right? So the sun was radiating. After the radiation of sun, the fire gives change in the energy. Okay, now what do we need? Do we need water? What happens when you directly put water in the fire? Okay, let's say wood is burning. Wood is burning, and in the burning wood you put a bucket of water. Will the wood have the capacity to burn again? No. not until it is dried. Okay, not until it is dried. So what is necessary over here? Venus is not necessary, because it is not only extinguishing the fire, it is first of all completely extinguishing the fire, which is something we don't want. We want the regular sustenance of the body. Okay, so the Mars is regularly sustaining by giving out its energy. Then if we keep Venus after it, it is completely going to wash out the energies, exhaust us, which we don't want. So what we want? So let's see, sky element, Jupiter. Okay, do we need sky element? Okay, what happens when a wood is burning and you put alcohol into it? What happens? The alcohol burns away. The alcohol burns away completely, and after the alcohol is burned away, the wood again starts to get fire normally. So the alcohol was wasted. There was no need of alcohol over here. The wood was already burning, and because of the low difference of the alcohol, it got burned. Okay, so the sky element gets burned without any usage. So the utility of sky element is nothing if you put sky element. Now let's see Saturn, air. What happens if you put a lot of air when it's fire? The fire spreads. There is no control. Things go out of control. Okay. Now let's understand what happens when we put earth element. Mercury. Okay. So when the fire is burning and when the fire is about to extinguish, it is burning and burning. The wood is burning. Okay, let's see over here. The wood is burning. Okay, the wood is burning and the wood is turning into ashes. Okay, the two woods are converted into ashes now. Okay, so there is no more wood. Okay, so in order to keep this fire running, do we have to add water? Do we have to add alcohol, or do we need to add air? No, we need to add more wood. Okay, we need to add more earth element. That is why, for the continuous movement of energy, when the mass or the matter of the body is continuously burning, we need to eat regularly. Okay, it is simple like our digestive system. You eat the food is digested. The food is digested, is converted into heat of the Mars, and the heat of the Mars is given out of the body. Now what happens? For the resurvival, we again have to eat more mass, more matter, more earth element. That is why when we eat more mass, more earth element, okay, we control the sustenance of that energy. We have that energy inside you, the thermal activated energy inside you, which continuously radiates. Okay, so over here the third thing we need is more food, because see, we need the sustenance of the body now, because Mars is continuously degrading the body. It is degrading. Okay, the Mars is degrading the body. Sun is giving too much of light and energy. Moon is having the circulation of that light and energy, and Mars is radiating that energy. But now if you don't control the radiation of energy, okay, see, you cannot completely turn off Mars, because if the radiation is off, the new supply won't come. Okay, so in order for new supply of energy, you need to give out the old energy. Now when old energy is given out, you need more food, you need more wood, so that you can continuously burn. Okay, so you need extra energy. Okay, you need plus sign over here. This is like the health pack in games. Okay, if you played mobile games, okay, there is a health pack. Okay, so when you are dying, you take a health pack and you again keep your health 100. So the next thing you need is Mercury, earth element. Okay, so the next thing you need is Mercury. Getting my point? So now see over here. Sun gave the energy by radiating. It was the creation, the creating energy, right? Then fire burnt the old energy and helps in the circulation of new energy. While fire is continuously burning your energy, you need a continuous supply of food. So now earth is giving you continuous supply of food, the food. Okay, so when there is continuous supply of food, you can continuously keep the fire on, and when the fire is on, you are alive. Okay, So now you need wood, the earth element. So what this wood is necessary for? The wood is necessary for continuously transforming the energy from one state to another. Okay. So why do we add wood in fire? Because wood is solid. Now when it is burned, it is converted into fire and gas and some of the ashes. Okay. So the wood is necessary because it helps in continuously giving transformative energy. Okay. The change. The transformative energy, because that is what mercury is giving you. Okay, so the next thing we need is mercury. Okay, it is giving you transformative energy. Okay. Now what do you need? Suppose over here there is wood, and there is fire, and as soon as the one wood is going off, we are adding one more wood. As soon as one wood is going off, we are adding one more wood. Okay. So don't you think this is a very tedious process? Every time in 10-15 minutes, we have to put new wood because the wood is getting burnt. Wood is getting burnt. Okay. So don't you think this is a tedious process? It is, obviously. So what do we do now? What can you do? See, there is a very easy answer because God has created us very miraculously. Okay. You get a bloody container in which there is a lot of wood. So what is this? This is storage, the ability to store. Okay, that is why now in order to not make things tedious, we need the sky element. We need the sky element. Why? Because if you put alcohol slowly and steadily into fire, it is going to expand the fire. The fire is going to expand and the wood is not going to burn. Getting my point? Because alcohol is light, it is going to burn faster with a blue flame. It is not going to disrupt the wood as much faster. First alcohol is going to burn and after that the fire is going to reach the layer of the wood and then wood is going to degrade. Okay. So the main function of sky element is to save our wood and store more wood inside the body. That is why sky element is with Jupiter. Jupiter is your stomach, your digestive system. Where do you get more fat? Where do you store the fat very much? It is on your belly. Okay. So that is why this Jupiter is needed next, because first of all we need some storage. If you don't need storage, the wood is continuously burning. We need to add wood again and again and again and again and again. And we can't eat every 1 hour. What if we have imagine we as a human have an ability to sustain on our food. Okay, just like an engine of the car. We are eating food, and for how much amount of food we have ate, after that we would sustain for 1 hour. After 1 hour again you have to eat. If you don't eat, you will die. Then again after 1 hour you have to eat. If you don't eat, you will die. What happens? You need to continuously feed yourself. There is not so much of food over here, and plus you have to sleep at night. And if you keep on feeding yourself every 1 hour, what else you do in life? How would you gather wisdom? How would you gather knowledge? You won't be having time. Okay, so that is why the storage is needed. The next thing which is needed very much strongly as a human is the storage of wood, the storage of earth element. So if the earth element is stored inside your body, you can easily utilize it. And in order to reduce the time of usage, what we do? We add alcohol into the fire so that alcohol burns first, and till the alcohol is burning, the wood is saved. Okay, the wood doesn't get burned and turned into ashes. Okay. So what we do? Let me show you. what we do, what happens. This is the container. Okay, there is wood over here. Okay, there is already fire going on, and in this fire we fill this container with alcohol while this fire is going on. So what happens is, slowly and steadily, the alcohol which we filled is going to get utilized first. Okay, the sky element is going to get utilized, the Jupiter is going to get utilized. So until and unless Jupiter is there, this wood is saved, Mercury is saved. The Mercury is going to, the earth element is going to exalt only when this Jupiter or the sky element is not there. Okay. So what we did, we filled the container with alcohol while the fire was going on. So now we have blue flame. Okay, now we have blue flame, and with this blue flame we are continuously sustaining our life, even though if we don't eat. So for 3 days if we don't eat, we are going to reduce the level of this alcohol from over here to over here. Okay, and now when it reduces over here, now this wood starts burning. Again, you eat a lot of food, and then we again increase our alcohol level over here. Now only the alcohol is burning, the wood is not burning. Okay, so in order to save this earth element inside the body, we need to fill the body with some sky element, and we need a storage where we can fill. Okay, so that is why the fifth thing we need over here is Jupiter. Okay, the fifth thing we need over here is Jupiter. Getting my point? We are nothing but a mixture of elements. Remember that. Okay. Now what do we need? See, so this was working like a medikit. Okay, and this is going to work like a tank or say bag. Let's take an example of bag. Okay, this is going to work exactly like a bag. In Sanskrit or Hindu people use lota, kalash. Okay, so let's keep it kalash over here. Kalash is good. Okay, because it stores and it has that sky element in it. Okay. Now what do we need? Do we need Venus or do we need Saturn? Do you need water? No, you don't need water. You need air for sustaining the fire. Consider everything is burning and you what you say, put it in a vacuum. Would the fire continue? No, the fire won't continue. Okay. The ancient method of fire was to pump air into it slowly and steadily. Okay, it is the trick. Almost if you've been into the forest, if you are a forest freak and if you want to light a fire in the forest, okay, what happens after sparking the stones? You don't push air like, okay, the fire is going to extinguish. What we do? We slowly pump the air like this. Okay, that is how the fire is going to continue. Now, what is this pumping? How it is taking place? This is taking place from our respiration. Okay, so over here we need a continuous and a systematic supply of air. Continuous and systematic supply of air, so that the fire does not flicker. Okay, if the fire of over here is going to flicker, it is going to burn other things around it. Okay, so in order to not burn other things around it, I always say synchronize your breath. In order to become a yogi, you need to synchronize your breath. If your breath is synchronized, you have learned half of the things of your life. If you can't synchronize your breath, welcome to and keep roaming in your patal lok. Okay. So the next thing what we require over here is Air, continuous and systematic supply of air, because this air is something which is helping you for systematic growth. Okay, you need air to sustain the fire, but not enough of air. The continuous system of air, which is nothing else but respiration. So the next thing we need is Venus. Okay, next thing we need is Venus. Now at the end, what do we need more? What is the last thing which we need? The last thing what we need becomes the primary thing in the world. Guess it. What is the last thing? Over here, if you see, it means to clean. Okay, now so you will say you need something to clean the ashes which are continuously getting generated inside this container. Okay, so wood is there. Okay, let's again try it. Okay, wood is there, alcohol is there, everything is burning, but because of this burning, there are residues of ashes around the bottom. So what we need is a small hole which has a door in it, so that we can remove the residual. Okay, all the things which are getting accumulated, the resultant of the fire. Okay, you need something, a reason, because after in Shiv Puran it says the only truth which remains behind after your death are your ashes, because they are the residue. They are the residue. Everything got burnt, only the residue left. Okay, so the last thing you need is an opening where the cleaning happens. Because see, continuously this wood is burning, this alcohol is burning, the fire is happening, and for the sustenance of the fire, we have kept air, a continuous systematic supply of air. But what we need next is the cleaning system of the residue, because continuously the residue is also forming. So we need something by which this residue is being cleaned. Okay, and this residue is being cleaned with the help of Saturn. Okay. Getting my point? Now there is one more thing. All those who are not focusing on what I am saying would just nod their head and say yes. All those who are focusing on what I am saying will question why. Why did I? Over here there is air, over here there is water, and I connected Venus with air. Okay, why did I connected this Venus with air? What is water? Water is made from two molecules of hydrogen, one molecule of oxygen, and in the natural state they are gases, H2 and O2. Okay, so when these two gases mix together, there is a compound formed H2O. Okay, so the basic nature of this H2O is to remain in liquid state, but this H2O can also remain in the state of moisture in air. It can also remain in the state of ice, but the basic structure is to stay in liquid state. But when you see, it is formed by its parents, who are air. The parents of water is air. Air are the parents of water. But just because they need to form something which has the characteristics of both of them, hydrogen and water, that is why the resultant output is water, because the main agenda behind this air, the movement of air, is circulation. Okay. In our body system, hydrogen and oxygen both are needed, but after that this liquid plasma is needed to sustain and transform blood. Okay, but this H2O is again getting converted into H2 and O2 while it is getting removed. Okay. This is from fart, this is from breath. Okay. So when there is an exit of air, when there is an exit of Venus, it is converted into two parts, H2 and O2. And both are going out from different directions. Getting my point? There is hydrogen in your fart. That is why, because of the HCl in your stomach. The HCl in your stomach converts air into hydrogen, and that is hydrogen in your fart. While you are breathing, it is oxygen, and when it gets inside your body, for the sustenance you create this H2. There is no need of water when it is outside the body. Okay, you apply water on your hand like this. Will it be worth it? No, it won't be worth it. So this function of H2O is inside the body. The function of H2O is nothing outside the body. The function of H2O is nothing outside the body. Clearly understand that. These two gases, the air element, two different air elements combine in order to form a water element. This water element is helping you in sustenance. Okay, so the sustenance of this fire. But it is again getting separated into two forms, H2 and O2. Okay, so this is the intermediate stage. You are drinking water, which is again converted into air inside the body, H2 and O2. And some part of it is again moving into the cleaning process of Saturn. Okay, in your kidney system. So that is why I again put water over here, because some part of this water is again going into Saturn's work. Getting my point? For all those who are curious and who are really attentive over here would ask me this question, why did I spoke this like this? For those who are not attentive, okay, yes sir. Haan Guruji. But it's my job to explain, because this is not live, people can't ask questions. I'll be solving all the curiosity all at once. Okay. So that was Venus, whose basic characteristics is water. Venus is water because it is holding the prana. Okay. Water is holding the prana, but when the prana is getting transformed and this water needs to change, it is exiting out of the body through three things. Some part of it as H2O, some part of it as H2, and some part of it as CO2. Okay. Venus mixed with this earth element goes out with CO2. Venus mixed with this air element Saturn goes out with H2. And the basic Venus goes out from stomach, that is from sky element, from urine as H2O itself. But just because over here sky element contains methane, okay, so in urine you would have some parts of yellowish color. Okay. So what do we call it? Hydrocarbon. Some part of hydrocarbon in the urine. Okay. So let me also explain you this. Okay. So this Venus, this water, is getting into three parts. Okay. One is from Jupiter, that is sky element. No space over here. See, three parts. One is this Jupiter, from sky element. It is converted to hydrocarbons and going out as urine. Okay, this is Venus. The next is air, that is Saturn. From Saturn, it is converted into air and it is going out in the form of H2. Okay, and from this earth, Mercury, the earth element, it is converted into CO2 because earth element is converted, the excreta of earth element is carbon. Carbon is the earth element, everyone knows that. Okay, carbon is the basic earth element. When the earth element, the residue of the earth element, the ashes which we are talking it, that is the carbon inside your carbon dioxide. That is the mixture of the ashes with this mercury. Okay, that is the mixture of this. That is why this CO2 is emitted from our breathing. Okay. So this Venus actually is the sustenance of H2O. H2O is water. Now it is converted into hydrocarbon and given out from urine, and the process is being processed by sky element. Okay, so this Venus is being processed by three different things. This Venus is also processed by this Jupiter. This Venus is also processed by this Mercury, and this Venus is also processed by Saturn. Okay, so see, that is why Venus is very important, because it is something that helps in the sustenance of mass. Okay, so the next thing is necessary is Saturn. Okay, and the third thing is Saturn. So over here this H2O is utilized, but it is emitted by three different things, three different pathways: Jupiter, Mercury and Saturn. Jupiter, Mercury and Saturn. Now what I am going to tell you next is not written in any book. You will not find this in any literary thesis written by no matter which sadhu, no matter which rishi, okay, over here, no matter which whoever translated in any kind of Vedas and everything. Okay, you will not understand and you will not know this thing, because this is not given anywhere. So this is the H2O. Okay, now H2O is being radiated out from the body into three parts. Let's consider this as X, let's consider this as Y, let's consider this as Z. Okay, if everybody has got this cycle, I would remove this drawing. Okay, it is, I don't have space in my board. I think I have to buy a rolling board. Okay, so the H2O is converted into three things while it is being exalted out of the body. Okay, X, Y and Z. That is that is O2 from this is, see, three parts. One is CO2, one is H2O itself, and one is H2. Okay. Now, when it is given out in the form of H2 with some hydrocarbon, it is given out from Jupiter. Okay, over here. When it is given out from Mercury more, then it is given out as CO2. Okay, over here, Z. When it is directly given out as H2O, that is from Saturn. Okay, the basic form of H2O. With the impurities, it is collected from the body. Right? Now this is becoming X, Y and Z. So this Mercury is Z, this Saturn is X, and this Jupiter is Y. So there is going to be a proportion. Everyone is going to there is going to be a different proportion in all these three in every human body. Okay, some people must be urinating more, some people must be breathing more because they are having fast heart rate. Okay, so their heart rate is more, they will be giving out carbon dioxide more, and they will be urinating less. Those people who are breathing slowly urinate more. Okay, and all those people who have difficulties in breathing and urinating, they fart a lot. Okay, so that is H2. So in any of these three methods, the H2O is coming outside the body, and this is going to have ratios. Okay, the ratio of X, ratio Z, ratio Y. Some is going to any one of this is going to be higher when you are born. Okay, either it is X, either it is Y, either it is Z. Okay, now what does it decide? So this decides the three primary things. Sattva, Tamas and Rajas, the three gunas, Sattvic, Rajasic and Tamasic. See, nobody is going to teach you this. This is the most profound thing in order to understand people and in which category they fall. Okay. Now if you meet someone and you see they are urinating frequently, okay, they have an overactive bladder, they have overactive kidney system. Okay. I am going to guarantee you from the top of my head, they are tamasic person. If not by birth, they have inculcated or increased the tamasic qualities inside them. Okay, either by drinking more alcohol, eating more food, having lots of sex with different people. Okay, see, all these things increase your tamasic ability. So, if the person is having overactive urination, they are tamasic people. If the person is having more body heat and they are, see what will happen with the CO2 if the CO2 is irregular in the body, your breathing is going to change. Okay, so now with your inappropriate breathing, what is happening? There is no synchronicity in breath, so you will be hyper. Secondly, you will be having more amount of heat in your body. You will become aggressive. You will have ego problems. So all these problems comes when you become Rajasic. Then your body is turned into Rajasic. And when there is too much of fat, understand, you have become Sattvic. Because all the things are coming out of your body in more proportion from your anus, your rectus. Your rectus is completely opposite to your navel. That is why rectus and anal are connected. When you pump rectus, you contract and expand it, there is a lot of energy flowing into the navel. So navel becomes the center of your sattvic energy. From where, if this navel chakra is strong, you are using the navel chakra more, and that is why the things which is coming out from you, there is more of H2 from opposite two things. Okay, that is the sign of sattvic person. So what does a person have to do? Do everyone have to, what we say, increase the sattvic tattva? Do you think everyone has to focus over here, or say over here, or say over here? No. The simple thing, which I don't know why any Hindu Pandit or Sadhu has failed to understand, or why any yogi has failed to communicate to this world. You don't have to convert from this sattvic, rajasic, tamasic things. What you have to do? You have to maintain this ratio as X, ratio Y, ratio Z is equals to 1, ratio 1, ratio 1. All the things in your body is going to sort out. May it be your spiritual progress, may it be your energy system, may it be your health, may it be your mass, may it be your cleaning system, anything. Everything is going to sort out when you keep this ratio as 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. When you see that you are frequently urinating, what you need to do? You need to do pranayam and pavan muktasana. Okay, and increase the diet from which you can have a bit more of gas in your stomach. Because see, everything is needed in your stomach. There is a system. You need some percentage of food, you need some percentage of water, and you need some percentage of air so that it is churning. When you eat full stomach, okay, अब बोलते हैं ना भरपेट खाना खाते हो. If you eat full stomach, there is no air. If there is no air, the churning is not going to be proper. And if the churning is not going to be proper, there is a problem with breathing. You will need more and more water. Because of this more and more water, the X ratio is going to increase. So if you see you are having more urination, okay, don't try to eat full stomach. Eat something that creates gas in your body, because those things are also necessary. Okay, so if you think, oh, you are over here, if you think you have become tamasic person, okay, increase the gas level of your stomach and don't eat full stomach. Keep some space in your stomach. Okay, don't be like, bahut kha liya. Never do that in life. Never. Always keep space in your stomach. Always, no matter it is your favorite food. Okay. Next thing is also increase your CO2. Do pranayam. And what else you can do to increase your CO2? Jogging. Do jogging, do cycling. Because of that, your CO2 intake, CO2 outlet will increase. So when you think, that is why see Rajasic people are more of warriors. Okay, policemen, warriors, all such kind of people. Because they have increased their breathing capacity. They have become warrior. Their body is trained for that. They have increased their stamina. They have increased their system of breathing. They have maintained it. Okay. If you see all the Tamasic person, they have increased their Saturn. That is why they are Tamasic. And last is Sattvic person. They have increased their Jupiter so much that other two are suffering. When you increase your Jupiter too much, the Saturn and Mercury is going to suffer. When you increase your Saturn too much, Jupiter and Mercury is going to suffer. When you increase your Mercury too much, Saturn and Jupiter is going to suffer. Nahi samjhe? Consider it from our example. What was this Mercury? Wood. What happens if you put more wood and less alcohol? The wood is going to start burning, the alcohol is going to spill out, and there is going to be too much of residue below the container. Now the half of the container is going to fill with residues, which you need to clean, and all the alcohol, half of it is spilled out. Okay, so if you increase the wood, Saturn and Jupiter suffers. Getting? If you increase the Saturn, what happens? What happens if you increase the Saturn? See, Saturn is direct outlet of H2, it is air. So if you increase the air, what happens? The wood starts burning faster, the alcohol starts burning faster. There is faster exhaustion. That is why Saturn is the slowest planet, and it is giving you longevity, long life. Because the slower you will burn your wood, the slower you will burn your sky element, the longer you will going to live. If you have good Saturn placement, if your Saturn is watching towards your 8th house, you have a definitely long life. Okay, or if your Lagna is Vargottama in D9 chart and D1 chart, then also you are going to have very long life. Mrityunjay Yoga. Okay, then all these things are happening because of good Saturn. Getting my point? Because if air is increasing, you are burning the wood and you are burning the alcohol. You are going to get exhausted. So this tamasic thing is giving you death. So people fear this tamasic thing. Okay. So this tamas is giving you death. But what is this rajas giving? What happens when you increase this mercury? It is giving you laziness. That is why see Rajasic people are lazy. Who are Rajasic people? Kings. Kings have big stomachs and they are sitting on the authority chair like this. They are lazy. They go on the horses. The horses are also driven by their charioteer. They just shoot the animals. They are lazy people. Because when the wood is increasing, the fire is decreasing. There is too much of wood. You cannot lift up the wood. Okay. And there is too much of residue inside the bucket, which you need to clean. Getting my point? So this converts you to Rajasic. That is why Rajasic people are advised that they should do exercise, they should do jogging, all such kind of things. Okay. This is Saturn. As I said about Saturn. Now talk about Sattvic. What happens when you become too much of Sattvic person? What happens? See. What happens is the container is filled with alcohol. But always remember, the primary burning source was mercury over here, wood. Alcohol is just because the wood does not get burned. You don't use alcohol to burn, you use wood to burn. Alcohol is added to wood so that the wood sustains longer. You don't utilize the energy of alcohol, you utilize the energy of wood. So what happens if you become too much of Sattvic? You start utilizing the energy of alcohol. So first of all, you will become thin. Why? You are not utilizing the wood. If wood is not utilizing, how would you gather storage? So you see, So if you see, so if you see, all the extreme sattvic people who they, I won't eat garlic, I won't eat onion, I won't eat this, I won't eat that, the half of the things the religions tell you not to eat. What happens is you become extra sattvic. Now what happens when you become extra sattvic? You don't have fat, you don't have this wood. You need wood inside you. So it is not a good thing to become extra sattvic. It is not good thing to become extra rajasic. It is not good thing to become extra tamasic. What you need is balance. Learn balance from a liberal. You need a balance of X ratio, Y ratio, Z. That is, you need the balance of Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter. You need to balance all these three. What happens? How to balance these three things? Be indulge into yourself. Know yourself. You need to know yourself. Until and unless you know yourself, how would you know? And in order to know yourself, you need to be attentive inside yourself. You see a slightest change inside your body, you see that okay, you increase your urination since 3 days. First you are going like 4 times a day. Now you are going like 8 times a day. Your urination is increased. Okay, so there is some kind of tamasic element inside your body. So in order to reduce the tamasic element, now you need to increase your rajasic and sattvic side. Don't eat tamasic food for 2 days. Okay, eat all the sattvic food. Eat fruit for 2 days. Okay, and do regular exercise for 2 to 3 days. You will see again your urine shifts to 4 times a day. You control your tamas tattva. Okay. If your rajasic tattva is increased, you will start waking up late. You will feel like lazy, not doing anything. Your hormonal balance has changed in your body. Okay. Every time within few minutes or every time you get up, you are doing this like muscle stretching things like okay. These kinds of stupid things you are doing because the rajasic element has increased. Okay. So what do? You go to the tamas. You inculcate some tamasic abilities. In order to inculcate tamasic abilities, you can add garlic in your diet. Eat garlic. It is going to increase your tamas. Garlic is a very good thing for tamas. Okay. You can have. Okay, I won't say anything bad over here, but I don't think anything is bad. But see, if you want to increase your tamas, you can also increase having sexual intercourses. Okay, it is going to again increase your tamas because the energy is exchanging. And for sattvic, eat fruits for 2 days. Okay, so if you go into rajas more, if you see like you are becoming lazy and everything, so that means this Z ratio is increased from X ratio and Y ratio. So you need to add up the X ratio and Y ratio, or you have to eliminate the Z ratio. You do it simultaneously. In order to eliminate the Z ratio, do some kind of workout. Do pranayam. Pranayam helps to eliminate the Z ratio, rajas. In order to increase the Z ratio, do some jogging exercise like this. And Y ratio, as I said, if you want to increase the Y ratio, eat some food. Don't eat fat, don't eat lactose, don't eat carbohydrates, don't eat garlic. Be on fruits for 2 to 3 days. Y ratio will increase. And for the X, I also told you things. So what do you have to do? You just have to keep the ratio as X ratio, Y ratio, Z is equal to 1 ratio 1 ratio 1. It is the simple rule of Venus. And if you follow the rule of Venus, okay, who was Venus? What was Venus gifted? Venus was gifted as Sanjeevani Vidya. What is Sanjeevani Vidya? People think Sanjeevani Vidya is like bringing back dead. No. Sanjeevani Vidya is when your body is going to the side of exhaustion. Okay. Your body is decreasing. Your energy is decreasing. Your health is deteriorating. How to bring it back up? The simple knowledge. The simple knowledge to bring your mental health, physical health, mind health, okay, the health of your hormones, okay, everything up. comes in Venus. Okay, so the simple rule of Venus is balance your Jupiter, Saturn and Mercury, and Venus is going to be very happy. Okay, so this was something which nobody is going to teach you in this world, because everybody is focused in something or someone else. Everybody is either focused in becoming sattvic or tamasic or rajasic. Okay, somebody wants too much of desires from the world, so that person is going to be running on the way of tamas. Some people has lot of materialistic demands. Okay, sorry, that person will be running on the rajas. Some person is going to have all kind of this selfishness and destructive abilities. Those people are going to be on tamas. Some people just need to expand spiritually. They don't want to do anything else but be a good person. So they will expand the sattvic tattva. But the right philosophy of life is to sustain your body. You need all the three tattvas: sattva, rajas, and tamas in the ratio of 1:1:1. Simple. Okay, this was very simple. I don't know why people fail to understand this. Every sadhu is telling, okay, become a sattvic person. Every king is saying, become a rajasic person. And every criminal is saying, become a tamasic person. Which is wrong. You need to inculcate everything in your life equally. Then there is a worth of living. Otherwise, it's not a worth of living. It's a life you have lived if you don't understand this thing. If you want to have the worth of living, you need to inculcate these things simultaneously, equally inside yourself. Okay. So now we understood how the soul and body is formed. Okay. So see over here. What do we get over here? Did you notice something? From all this jigsaw puzzle, we understood how the life is made. The sun gives energy, first of all. The moon takes the sun's energy and helps in circulation of that energy. Mars is burning the energy so that new energy can come. Mercury is providing the wood so that there is continuously uninterrupted supply of energy from the wood. Okay. This Jupiter is providing extra storage and the ability to sustain the fire from its sky element, that is alcohol or ether. Okay. And Venus is giving you holding capacity of prana from the three abilities of water, H2O, that is H2O2 and its original form H2O. Okay, it is also giving you the circulation of prana. And last but not the least, Saturn is cleaning you so that all the residual waste is getting out from your body. Okay. So now, did you notice something? See this synchronicity. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So now we come to the proof of varas. Vara, days. The first thing in the Panchanga is days. Why are days ordered in this sequence? This is why the days are ordered in this sequence. Because this is the science of formation. Anybody who is saying that your week should start from Monday, no, your week is starting from Sunday. Naturally, it is starting from Sunday. If you are starting from Monday, you are a fool. Okay, so the week starts from Sunday, ends on Saturday. There are many different explanations. Some people also say about this thing. Okay, so this is the formation of the week from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Okay, we'll also get a bit deeper into it. Okay, we'll also get a bit deeper into it. Let's see. So you understand the cycle. Okay, the formation of the human body, the formation of the soul. That is why this is ordered in this way: Sun, Mon, Tu, Ved, Tha, Fire, Set. Ravi, Som, Mangal, Budh, Guru, Shukra, Sun. Light, energy, radiation, wood, storage, holding, and cleaning. Okay, this is the 7 systems of the body. And after this, you need voltage, because the current need to flow from in your body from head to tail. That is why we had Rahu and Ketu. Okay, we will not discuss Rahu and Ketu over here, because that is this different system of the body. We are still discussing the formation of the body. Okay, so this was the basic how the days are formed, and why do we consider days like this. Okay,